Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us analyze AWS Athena directly from lab. So I've already connected to my EC2 and I've already stored some data in S3. Now I'm expecting to query that data by using Athena. And even in this lab, we can even analyze which type of data is queried faster and which type of data is querying takes long time by using Athena. So remember, this Athena will charge you for how much amount of data you queried, right? Yes. So let's see fastly. So in which do I have my data? So what data present in my S3? So for that, AWS S3 LS. So in my S3, I have one bucket. So that I have stored with a bucket name, bucket underscore name. In this bucket name variable, I store that bucket name. Now in that COLORS colors, I have some files. You can see some 3 CSV files are there, right? Yes. So now what I'm expecting is I want to load this data to Athena, that is Athena's external database, and I want to query that loaded data in Athena. So remember one more important point. So you do not query the data directly present in S3. In order to query the data present in S3, you first need to load that to external tables. So now I have entered into my lab. You can see I have already written some commands, that is create external table with in this database, in this table. You can see the database is there. In this, currently I'm having 0 tables. Now if I run this, then this table is created with this following schema. So remember, the schema must be same as whatever the files whatever the files which are present in S3. So in S3 colors, you have seen 3 files, red, blue, and green. So for those, I have these 3 data, that is also CSV format. So I specified that raw data format as, so field specified by comma and line termination is /n, I specified, and this is the destination. So that from here, the data is loaded to this external table present in this database. Now I'm just running so that this database table will be created. So I'm just running. So it's run successfully completed. You can see the table is even created successfully in this. Yes. So if you want to query this, so you can even preview the table. So I'm just removing the limit. Now I'm just running. You can see it was run successfully and the data is visible here. You can even see how much runtime data it takes and how much data it scanned. You can see 5.37 KBs it scanned. So for that will be charged. And even it takes 509 milliseconds to run this query. So for the running time, or else for this, you will be charged. So now let's move back to upload one more other format data to S3 and let's see how to query that data as well. Now I'm creating one more data file for this normal CSV file and I'm expecting to convert that to another format, that is parquet, where by using that parquet, if you scan your data, then it takes less time to scan and it takes less time to process your data. For that, I'm just created one more folder, that is convert, and I just changing my directory to there. You can see I just moved from colors to convert folder. Now you can see now I'm creating the file with the name data.csv. Now in the CSV file, I am just creating this row as top layer, that is CSV file. I'm creating count as one column, timestamp as one column, data field as one column, data field 2 as another column. Now in that, I'm generating 200 lines. So in each line, I'm providing one by one value and storing that inside my file. So first line, I'm storing this column column related schema, and other lines I'm storing this data. So now I'm just entering this. You can see my data, that is a data.csv file is created successfully. You can even list and check whether your data.csv file is present or not. You can see my data.csv file is there. Now I want to create parquet file from this as well. So for that, you have a command directly, that is csv to parquet. So csv to parquet, and file name you need to specify. My file name is data.csv, so that I specified that. So let's list and check. You can see you have two files, one is CSV file and one is parquet file. Now I'm expecting to move these to where? To my convert, that is to my S3 bucket I want to move. So for that, AWS space, S3 space, since I have more than one file, I'm using sync command. So this will sync the current files to S3 colon / my bucket underscore name / convert. So in this folder, I'm moving. You can see the both files are uploaded to it. You can see, yes. So both are uploaded. Now let's scan both of them and let's see what happened. In Athena, we can able to query the data which is present in folder. So let's move our data to specific folders. You can see I've again copied my files from current folder. That is, I just copied my data.csv to txt folder, and I copied my data.parquet to parquet folder by using these two commands. Now let us execute that analysis by using Athena. Now you can see I'm just running the query again. So actually previously run, so I think it won't come again. So let's delete the file. So data.txt. So the data is deleted. So now let's run again and create one more table by using this data, which is stored under this convert / txt. In this, I have data.csv file, right? Yes. So now again, I am expecting to get parquet file, right? Yes. So I'm again creating database for parquet file. So let's analyze which runs in which file the query executed faster. So for that, I'm just running a query that is select star from this database. What is our database? Lab underscore db dot. So what is our table? Currently, I'm expecting to run on text data. So data underscore text. So I'm running this. You can see it is completed. So let us verify the results. So let us analyze the results. You can see it ran. It takes 418 milliseconds and it scanned 10 KB. So it runs for running it. For running normal CSV file, it takes 418 milliseconds. So let's see with Parquet file. So how much time does it take? 418 milliseconds for normal text data. So you can see this is also same almost, but you can see data scanned will be reduced highly. That is 8.57 KB. If you see that text data, for the text data, I'm just running again. That will be 10 KB. But here, if you use Parquet file, then the data scanned will be reduced. So the amount of data scanned will be reduced and runtime will be reduced. So for Parquet data, if you see to analyze very large, this is a small file, small CSV file that we just created. So in real time scenario, you are analyzing very large CSV files or Parquet you are needed to analyze very large CSV files. In that case, you need to convert that files to Parquet and then run the queries in this. Then analyze the data by using this Athena. Then you have a great deal with cost reduction. So in that way, you can able to save most of the money. Since less data is scanned and less runtime is required, you can able to save lot of amount of money during this querying. So I hope you understood. So while in real-time production environment, which type of queries, that means which type of formats, if you have CSV format, then which format you want to convert, and in which format you want to analyze your data and scan your data to get analyze it, to get analyze the data very less, for very less amount of money. Now let's analyze the same thing for JSON files, that is normal JSON files and zipped JSON files. So how much time that normal JSON files will take and how much time that zipped JSON files will take. Now I'm just made one more folder, that is JSON folder. Now I am again creating this JSON files in the JSON folder, and one more compressed file. You can see I have created two more folders in under this JSON folder. Those two are compressed and raw. In this raw folder, I'm expecting to store normal JSON file, and in this compressed, I want to store compressed, that is a .gz file in this. So now I'm generating the code for raw JSON file. You can see this is same as previous code, where here also same. I am creating 200 sequences of data, and in this I'm storing in these many columns, these many, that means key value pairs, and I'm storing that as normal file name, that is file name is data.json, and I'm also saving it with .gz, that is a zip format. Let's see. Let's see under compressed files. So I have this data, that is a zip format data. In raw file, I have that raw format data as well. Now I am syncing my current folder data to JSON, so that my two folders will be moved. That is compressed data, compressed folder, and raw folder will be moved to S3. And then inside the compressed folder, I have compressed data, and inside the raw folder, I have raw data. Now I'm expecting to analyze those two by using Athena queries. You can see I've created a script to run the, that means to create raw data. So for the raw data, I've created the script and I've run this script. Now I want to do the same thing for compressed data as well. So it is present in compressed folder, right? So I've written that as well. So now let's run, so that our compressed file, that is .zip file, also create a JSON, that is a table here. So we have those two tables here. Now let's run and check with them. Select a star from, let's query and check which runs faster. Star from JSON, that is under lab DB. I have JSON raw data is there. So now I'm running it. You can see it was run successfully completed. Now let us see what is the runtime. Let us analyze the data scan and what is the runtime. So the data scan will be 20 KB and the runtime is 533 milliseconds. So let's remember that. And now let's do the same for compressed file. I'm just running this again. You can see the data scan will be reduced very highly. The data scan will be reduced if you use the zip format. compared to JSON format. So the preferred scenario over JSON querying is whenever in real time for production environment you are querying your JSON files, then prefer to convert that to zip file first, that is compressed file at first, then you can query the data so that your cost will be reduced in real time. So this is the analysis that I would provide you for while querying your data by using Athena with the data stored in your S3. That is, if you are querying the data stored in S3 by using Athena, then instead of CSV file, choose Parquet files to query the data, and instead of JSON raw files, you can choose JSON compressed files to query the data so that in real time your cost will be reduced a lot if you are processing a large size data. You can even see your recent queries under this tab, and you can see the saved queries under this tab. So to save, you just click here and save as, you click that and then you provide some name so that your query will be saved, and you can able to check that from here, and settings you can able to see from here. So this is about Athena querying and what is the better format to query the data while querying using Athena, and how to reduce the cost while implementing in real time. So I hope you understood this video and you got some real-time hands-on lab by using this. You can see even we also have multiple options to, even without writing the code, we can able to get those codes. That is, preview table is nothing but select a star from, that means that you can able to preview the whole table. If you click here, you got the command for that. And you can even insert editor and delete the table, available table. You can even able to query the data which is present in Glue data catalogs by using this Athena, AWS Athena. So you can even see the query status as well. That is runtime status, and regarding output bytes, output rows, input bytes and input rows, data process. And you can see that execution and service processing, pre-processing, queuing. So those all details will be available here. So that is the thing about this Athena. So thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye guys.